Alas, Uke, alas, Uke, alas, alas, Uke.
What's good, gente? Ya saben, thank you guys once again for tuning in. As you guys can see on the thumbnail and on the title, man, we got a good one today, man. Today we're on a roll, man, to be quite real. I've been doing some videos today. Bozo on Mike's World on the live, gente. I thought it was honestly bullshit when someone ended up telling me on my live that Mike actually had Bozo on there. You know, I was tripping out. I was like, man, that's some Bo, right? But I ended up tapping in this morning, and hey, they were absolutely right, man. So a spence out to the subscriber that did tell me on the live. But thank you though, you know, because you did put that on my feed. So to be quite real, man, let's before we even get started, man, you know, because this is gonna be a good one. Make sure to hit them likes, subscribe, hit that follow, hit that notification bell in case we go live. Because unlike other people, we get mics rolled in there, man. So we can probably even have mics rolled in there and ask them some questions on the live, man, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens. So with that being said, man, let's get started. So Mike's World ended up having Bozo the Clown, you know. If you guys are wondering who Mike's World is he is a smaller channel, of course, that has been around for about the same time as me, to be quite real, right? But he's been well known on the YouTube Yarda, right, for speaking his mind at the wrong times. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like he does make sense, but sometimes just the timing that he says it, right, it backfires on him. And he's been known to go through some shit, you know, on the YouTube. I believe actually Triple OG ended up whacking him off the Yarda, so he might not even be on the YouTube Yarda, but he is on YouTube, right? He is on YouTube. So I believe the day before yesterday, or yesterday, it might have been yesterday, because one of the subscribers did tell me that he had Bozo on the live. So Bozo ended up tapping in with old boy. Old boy was reacting or was speaking on the whole Bozo situation as well as Crip, man. He had a couple of subjects going on the live. And apparently Bozo happened to be someone listening, right? So he ended up tapping in. If you guys are wondering when it comes to the gang status of Mike's World, I can't really speak on that. You know, to my knowledge, someone that did get out of jail in good standings, and he's out there in Burke, homie, you know, just living life apparently. So I don't know about that, right? But old boy did tap in, and it kind of made it seem that it was a Sureño thing, you know, because that's what Bozo was making it like sound like. A lot of people think that he's a hater and shit like that, but it's not that he's a hater. It's just he honestly believes on that blue rag hella real, you know. But that's just his opinion. But it kind of seemed that Mike's World was going along with it. I was like, damn, Mike's over here super sureñoed out right now at the moment, right? And he does have some tattoos that are questionable, and especially I say questionable, right? Not in a disrespectful way, because I mean every other states are different, right? But when it comes to Cali, there's just certain tattoos people don't get, you know? So like I said, I'm not too familiar with what type of lifestyle Mike's World lives. You know, to my knowledge, he's just a family man, and he's just doing his thing, homie. From Burke all the way to Salas. And hey, dispensa to all the Salineros. There's a few that don't want him even claiming the Salas part. Hey, I do apologize, right? But he was born in Salinas, you know? So he had Bozo, and he actually asked him some good questions, I guess, in some type of way. He had asked him if he ever had plans on working with gold tones and shit like that. And he ended up saying challenge, you know, that they have their own money and they don't need help. In a nice way, right? From the Northerners, that they don't need their help, that they got what they got going on, homie, and they don't need no assistance. So technically he's saying chalice with the whole thing. But I kind of feel that since he had Bozo on, man, he could have asked him some good ass questions. And this is why I'm making this video, right? Because I noticed that every single time that someone does jump on certain platforms, we've seen Dubs have Whack 100 with the Gunner, right? And they got fan struck, and they forgot to even ask some of these serious good questions, and they were more about, hey, can you help me out? You get me? But I kind of felt the same thing happened to the homie Mike, man. You know, shout outs to Mike, man. If you guys haven't tapped in, I know there's a few of you guys that do tap in, right? But if you haven't tapped in, man, go give it a chance, you know? Go give Mike a chance, bro. You never know. It might be your cup of tea. But I felt that he could have asked some real good, serious questions, but Bozo did say that the door was open, you know, if he ever needed some help or assistance. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll probably see Bozo again on the live right there with Mike's World. And maybe Mike's World on this one. That's why I'm making this video, man, so we can line up some good questions and actually ask some of the questions that the people really want to ask Bozo, you know? Because when he jumps on American Cholo and all these other platforms, some of the subscribers that do ask some good ass questions, they get ignored. They get ignored either because the content creator doesn't mess with them, or he just doesn't want to ask those questions because it's like technically putting old boy in the hot seat. So if Mike World actually gets old boy to come back, that would be some fire stuff to do, man. To actually ask some of the questions that the subscribers really want to know about, right? But we'll see, man. So make sure to drop comments on my channel and also on Mike's World, man. If you end up tapping into that live, I think he did edit it so that you don't have to watch the whole thing, because at times people don't like to hear the whole live, man. Let's just be real. They would like to hear the main topic and that's it. So he did do that for the people, man. So if you want to watch it, I recommend you to go tap into Mike's World, see what the old boy had to say, drop some comments, let him know, bro, E.B.K sent you, homie, and be like, bro, let's ask these hot questions, carnal. Old boy said that he left that door open. If you ever needed help, get him on the platform again, G, and ask those questions, homie. And I actually think that that should be fire content. So with all that being said, gente, I'm going to end this right here. With all that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments, right? Should other questions should be asked, or should just, he did good? You guys let me know, right? So if you enjoyed this video, man, make sure to hit a like for your boy. Make sure to subscribe, hit that follow, hit that notification bell in case we go live and all that good stuff. And thank you guys once again for all your support, man. Real talk. So with all that being said, man, this is your boy Conejo, and I'll see you guys on the next one. We out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woohoo! What fuck squirt gun?